Good morning, everyone. You already know. This your boy Denny from AllThatGrassLawncare, man. It is Wednesday morning, and we are on our way to our first stop. Loaded up the truck, got out the shop very fast. So just super excited for this week, man. We've been closing out on a lot of jobs, man. It's gotten busy. We had a little dry spell for like a good 2 weeks. But things are starting to pick up. They're starting to look up, and starting to get a lot of cleanup jobs. So that's starting to ramp back up, and a lot of pruning, a lot of like cutting trees, pruning. So yeah, we're rolling, and we're super excited about getting things going, and we're getting ready for the fall. The fall season is rapidly coming. Yesterday in the mail, we actually got well, I shouldn't say, yeah, well, me and my wife, we got the candle store. They already started sending Halloween stuff. So I said, you know, when the stores is sending it, it's time, man. It's time to get ready, get your marketing right. We are actually going to contact our marketing person that does our signs, and we're gonna get ready for the fall, because we want to be ahead of the game. That's what it's all about, being ahead of the game. But don't want to make this video long. Like I said, we are going to film today, but I have to get done a little bit early just because I have something to do, and I got to make sure that I am there on time. So we're gonna film probably one property, and again, we are going to make sure that we are on time wherever we gotta go. Make sure you stay hydrated. It's gonna be a hot one. It already feels like it's 85 going on 90, and it's not even 7 o'clock. So yeah, we are on our way to our first stop, and I wanted it to come on here, man, just to inspire, motivate, and encourage someone out there. You know, those of you who've been following me on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, or yeah, I said Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or what's the other one, TikTok. Yeah, if you're following me, man, I really appreciate the follow. I appreciate the love that each and every one of you show. Go out there and be the best version of you, man. Give it all you got. We only get one chance in life to give it all you got. And I just wanted it to come on here, like I said, to inspire, motivate, and encourage someone, just because, you know, this past week I just had a time to reflect. I always try to reflect on life and try to reflect on some things. And those of you who've been following me, you know that 5 years ago I started my journey in lawn care and entrepreneurship, and I was afraid. I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid because I didn't have all the answers. I remember having a small 21-inch Husqvarna that I used to own for my home, that my landscaper used to use because my property is very small, as a cookie cutter. And at the time, he had a bigger lawnmower that he couldn't actually use on my property. So one day he didn't show up, and during the time that I was going through what I was going through with all my medical problems, I was in a wheelchair for a year, in a walker for 8 or 9 months. I was away from my family. I was told I wouldn't walk again. I just thank God for having the opportunity to be able to do what I'm doing today. So many times we take things for granted. So many times we take our toes, our feet, our fingers, hearing, ears, vision. We take all of that for granted, right? We wake up and we think that we're supposed to hear, that we're supposed to see, that we're supposed to walk. And when it gets taken away from you, man, it really hits home. And so, you know, I remember those times where I used to break down and cry, and I almost gave up on life. And God gave me a purpose. And the day that my landscaper didn't show up, I remember when I got upset that he didn't show up. And it wasn't his fault. It was just I didn't have nobody to cut my lawn. And so I went out there and I started cutting my lawn with my 21-inch Husqvarna. And I remember just feeling down and just being upset. And as I was doing it, I remember falling in love with cutting grass and actually doing it, because I've never done it before. And I used to pay people to do it for me. And so that's where I found hope again. And you know, like I said, I lost everything. I lost my job. And I used to work for Connecticut Transit. Those of you who know what Connecticut Transit is, it's a bus company. I used to make about $89,000 to $85,000 a year driving a transit bus at the time, and I did it for about 8 years, and then I worked for a liquor distributor company for another 7 before I got injured and I couldn't walk. And I'm doing all of this, that being said, doing all of this with a prosthetic leg and a machine that drips medication in my spine for the rest of my life. I have challenges. I wake up every day with a smile, and if you was to look at me on camera, you wouldn't even know what I go through every day. And that's why I always say, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't look at something and wish that you had that, because you never know what that person has been through to get where he's at today. And so yeah, just be thankful where you are and just keep pressing, man. You may not be where you want to be, but you are where you need to be at the moment. You never know what God has planned, what God has in store for you. And I promise you, he has something for you. The man above has a gift, and he has something for you. And I thank God that I found my gift. And along my journey, I didn't know that he was preparing me all along with the transit company, with learning customer service, with communicating with people. That's one of my strengths that I have when I'm out there on the field trying to close on a job, is I know how to talk to people. And I thank God for giving me a gift to be able to talk to someone and to be able to close on jobs, because so many people out there, that's something that they struggle with. And you know, I just thank God that he was preparing me all along, and I had to go through what I went through in order to be where I'm at today. And I'm not saying I have it all figured out. I'm not saying that my business is one of the biggest businesses, but I'm going to be honest with you. I run my own race, and I already made it. I already made what I wanted to do. I've already fulfilled my purpose, and I'm just trying to help somebody out there who need to be inspired, or who's trying to get inspired to start their journey to in lawn care or entrepreneurship, man. And I tell you this, if you're out there trying to start your journey, or in lawn care, or trying to start a home service business, just do it and invest in yourself. One of the greatest things I've ever done was I invested into myself. If you would have asked me 5 years ago, go to an expo or go to a seminar and spend $800 on the Blue Collar Summit to go learn from other entrepreneurs or other people that have done it already. You want to surround yourself around people who's already done it, or who's already surpassed that goal and are trying to reach a higher level. And surround yourself around positive people. Negativity will drag you down. You want to stay away as far as from the negativity. I don't want to make this video long, trying to make it short, but like I said, I'm on my way to my first stop, and I just wanted it to come on here to inspire, motivate, and encourage you. And man, I want to say thank you to all of my followers. Because of you, you pushed me to be able to come on here and to do what I do every day. And I love what I do. I enjoy cutting grass, and I enjoy, you know, working with the brands. One of the greatest blessings that I've had this year was I've connected with Echo. Shout out to Echo. Shout out to Jobber. I use Jobber as my CRM software. That is how I send out all my invoices. In fact, I will drop later on, I will put my code down below so you can save about 20% for 14 days on Jobber, man. If you're thinking about getting a CRM, I encourage you to do so. There's a lot of free ones out there. You don't necessarily have to get the one that I have. You know, I've used other ones in the past, but we currently use Jobber. Jobber is a lot easy and efficient. But getting back to what I was saying, man, if you're thinking about starting in lawn care, man, just start with what you have. Start off slow, because you don't want to start off and you buy all this equipment and you spend all these thousands of dollars. And that's one thing, when I started my journey, I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't have a lot of people to teach me or show me, and that's why I come on here and I try to share my story, because I was once told that you wouldn't be able to do it, you wouldn't be able to do this, wouldn't be able to do that. But you know what? God had a plan for me, and that ain't nothing but the devil when somebody's telling you you ain't gonna be able to do. I don't care if it's a doctor, I don't care if it's someone that you know. If you have something in your thought pattern, or if you're thinking about doing something, man, just do it. Put some action behind it and go out there and give it all you got. You only get one shot in life, and you don't want the opportunity to come and go. So like I said, we are almost at our first stop. We're 9 minutes into this video, man. I hope I inspired or motivated somebody, man. And yeah, stay tuned because we will be having a new video coming out, and we also have our dump trailer coming this week, so going to be posting a video about that. We are getting ready for the fall with our lead vac. We purchased a Little Wonder last season towards the end of the year, and that is getting installed, and that's why it's been a little bit. We already got our 52-inch by Wright. Shout out to Wright as well. You know, my goal is to continue and grow with the brands, to show people what has worked for me on the field. You know, I remember being stuck to one brand, and one of the things I can honestly say, man, we just purchased for our business the 2620, the SRM 2620 by Echo, and I don't know why I didn't invest into that string trimmer a long time ago. And I remember when I first got into lawn care, I remember, you know, I was stuck on a particular brand, not because, you know, not for any particular reason, but just because I was told that that brand was the best. And although it is a good brand, not knocking no brands out there, it did what it said it could, but it was very heavy. And, you know, being out on the field, you know, cutting that grass and making that cash and string trimming as a solo operator, I have a lot of complications already with my spine, and it was difficult for me to hold certain items, you know what I'm saying, for a very long time. I remember me getting fatigued and having to stop a lot. Again, I have a condition, so I'm not like your average person that's healthy. I am healthy, but again, I'm doing this for fulfillment. I'm doing this to fulfill my purpose, and you know, it is something that I enjoy to do, and I want to continue to do it as long as I can, but also doing what I love to do, and that's inspiring, motivating, and sharing my story on why I choose certain brands, because they benefit me. And so that 2620 has been a blessing in disguise, because it has helped us become more efficient. And I'm going to be honest with you, it has been a lifesaver. It's a lot lighter. One of the things I love about having the Echo string trimmer, that is a lot lighter, and it's a lot easier for us to operate on the field. And that's what I enjoy the most about having the string trimmer by Echo. It has the same power, and it does what it says, and it's made for the pros and DIY, and I enjoy working closely with all the brands that I've been blessed with. So again, I'm just inspired, motivated, you know, to continue to work with, you know, Echo. Echo's a great company, and I really enjoy it. This your boy Denny from AllThatGrassLawncare. I don't want to make this video any longer. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Let me get started. Peace.